girls from beyond the veil with Pookie and Vicki. The veil.
Hi guys,
The stories are authentic and
my name is Vicki Lawana Truselli of Truselli Art in California. I'm from Los Angeles. I live in Riverside, California right now. Rents are high. We've gone through a lot of stuff lately, and anyway, I'm thinking about my grandma, Carrie Soleta, today. It's called The Last Escalator. I wrote a story, 10 Years of Dreaming with Grandma Carrie Soleta. This is a story that I actually lived, between sleep and waking, between memory and something that feels like the afterlife. For 10 years after my grandma passed, she walked beside me, pulling me back when I drifted too far, speaking in dreams, and once saving my life. This is for her, for all the grandmas who never truly leave. The first time she came to me, I was pretending, oh no, I thought I was in love with this guy. I was in my 20s, in the 70s. She just could not stand this man. I remember hearing her steps before I saw her, soft and insistent, like she had something to say and wasn't going to wait for permission. She sat on the edge of my bed in the dream, firm, focused, a silent wall between me and the man asleep beside me. Every time I dreamed, she returned. She didn't lecture, she just was, a presence so steady that eventually I woke up for good. One morning while he was at work, I gathered his clothes and flung them out the window. He was a liar and a cheater. One sweatshirt landed in a puddle, and I did not look back. Somewhere in the stillness, I swear, I heard my grandma laugh. In dreams, a lot of times she'd be working in a diner, or we'd be sitting in a diner, drinking coffee, and a place stitched together from memory and imagination, smelling bacon, cedar, and like Sundays back in the day. She'd pour 2 black coffees, slide mine across the counter, and say, "Now that's handled. Let's talk about what matters." And that's how she felt about my ex she couldn't stand. We never talked about her being gone, just about me being stuck, about what I wouldn't write, about the music I swallowed out of fear, about the fire I forgot I had inside of me. That man, that was a detour, she'd say. You always know, and you always have known that he was not the guy for you. And when I try to ask her where she was now, she just wink and top off my cup. But I gotta say, guys, there were times that at that time, I think we used half and half in our coffee. A lot of times we drink black coffee. The Valley of the Almost, excuse me. Sometimes in the 70s, I was driving the side streets of the San Fernando Valley near a 7-Eleven. Everything was foggy until it wasn't. A car in front of me stopped cold. I didn't. My body surged forward. I remember bracing for blast, for pain, and then I was pulled back. Not by physics, by something else. Dazed, I walked into the 7-Eleven to call the police. The clerk looked startled. "That woman, she saved you," he said. I told him, "No, I'm alone. I'm by myself in the car." "No," he said, "she pulled you back. Strong jaw, red streaked hair, looked like she'd tamed storms." He described my grandma to a T. She'd been gone since 1975, but she was still on duty with her granddaughter. The dreams grew softer after that, less dialogue, more sensation. Sometimes I'd catch her scent. She always wore a certain powder. Can't really remember the name of it right now, but I can still smell it. She always had it on her dresser. She told me I could borrow it anytime. It would show up out of nowhere when I was writing, or when I was cooking in the microwave, when I was about to say yes to something I knew I shouldn't. It didn't haunt me, it held me. It's like she was saying, "I'm still here." 1985, maybe 86, I had a dream I was in a department store shopping for makeup. I looked up across the aisle toward the escalators, and there she was, short, elegant, and serene, my grandma. I said her name aloud, Carrie, Grandma Carrie. Started walking toward her. She smiled, raised one hand, gently stopping me. Not cruel, just final. She mouthed, I love you. I said it back. I love you, Grandma. She turned, stepped onto the escalator, and rose into the light. Not blinding, just bright enough to feel like peace. I kept dreaming for a little while after that, but never of her. Not usually. I dreamed about my parents. I think the last time I dreamed of my parents was 2016, and my dad picked me up. I was living in South Texas. He picked me up and drove me back to California, to LA, and 2 months later or 3 months later, I was back in LA. So it is what it is. I left that guy too. So I pass an escalator or catch a hint of her powder, I smile. Her photograph sits above my bed, her and Grandpa Boss. They've been watching longer than I've known. And when I write and when I sing, when I say no to people who dim my light, I know it's because she showed me how. And I stayed long enough to finally believe her. This story, written and performed by Vicki, with creative support from co-pilot and friends. In loving memory of Grandma Carrie Soleta, 1890 to 1975, to all my relations. I want to say thank you for listening. And this is a really strange recording. I didn't want to get my camera out, guys. I have some fractures in my spine area. I didn't realize I had them, but that's why my back hurts so badly. So I'm 75 now, but my grandma died at 85, and I have a lot of her issues, but I'm still alive and kicking, and still a liberal like she raised me, to not judge people, love many, trust few, paddle your own canoe. So my grandma was a good person, and I miss her. I don't care how old you get, you miss your parents, you miss your grandma, and she helped raise me. And I thank God for that. Music, art, film, and the afterlife. I love my